I'm back. Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. I'm feeling moisturized. I have a date that I'm getting ready for. I thought I would sit down and address the obvious. Where the hell have been your uploads, Jackie Ina? I'm gonna get ready because I really don't even have that much time. So I'll be doing glam and talking about what's been going on with me, some changes that I'm gonna be making professionally, and all that good stuff. So the first thing that I want to say is pray for me. Just pray for me. Nothing happened. I just really did not feel like uploading. Y'all gonna kill me for saying that, huh? If you follow me everywhere else, this conversation right now is gonna feel redundant. It's okay if you mentally check out. I won't be offended. But the reason why I have not been uploading on YouTube specifically is because I've been uploading everywhere else. YouTube is not my only platform. I love YouTube. I do. It is the reason why I'm here doing what I'm doing today. I'll never, ever, 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 ever forget that. But I wanna address a couple different things with why I have been taking a bit of a YouTube break. One, I just feel like I kind of needed a break. This year makes my 12th year on the platform, and I love it, but like I've been more active on the gram. I started heavily and aggressively launching content on my TikTok. Follow me on there. I launched a new Instagram account. It's a little bit more domesticated side of me. My channel's not going anywhere, y'all. I'm just like not really interested in the rat race of like uploading 3 times a week, being the first to get the review up anymore. Beauty and the conversations about beauty have changed a lot since I don't want to say the Q word. I don't want to say the C word. We all know what I'm talking about. I think a lot of us have like completely different conversations about beauty, and a lot has changed. Some for the good, some for the bad. I don't know. The beauty guru as we know it, is it still a thing? Does anybody care? Hopefully there's no repercussions for me sharing this, but I just feel like I've been on this platform long enough to where I should be able to share these things without being punished for them. Think of it this way. Imagine you have a job, a career, you work for a company, right? And you've been working there for over a decade. You've contributed so much to this company, and you're by no means a slack employee. Like, you put in the work, you put in the effort, you even create changes, positive changes that benefit other people within the company. Imagine you put all that in and you have to sit back and see all of your colleagues get the promotions, get better wages, get better opportunities. Now, I'm only using this as an analogy. Please do not misunderstand. I'm not by any means saying that I am a struggle YouTuber, because I'm not, but I get a lot of comments, and I have for some time now, from people that are like, why do you only have 3 million subscribers? I don't see having 3 million subscribers as an only. I think that's incredible. I mean, to me, like, I'm eating just fine, you feel me? But you do, in a way, start to not just look at what you get as far as numbers go from platforms, but you start thinking like, okay, well, there's other things and other ways to help creators grow and get the most out of being YouTubers. I'm not gonna say what those things are, but I know for a fact I don't necessarily always get those things and those opportunities. And so I'm not just talking about as it relates to numbers. I'm fine. I genuinely feel like I create content, and I think 3.5 million people that watch me, look honey, I'm just as happy with that. I truly genuinely am. I'm by no means, like I said, a slept on YouTuber. I just don't think I am. Other people may see that. I pointed that out to say that, like, look, even other people feel like I'm still relatively underrated in a way. I know someone's gonna take this out of context, and you know what? At this point, that is not my cross to bear. People have been doing that for years, and I'm just having like a relatable, truthful, and honest conversation. I still feel like even at where I am, like I'm still having to kind of, you know, really claw my way up through this ladder that we know being a creator is. You know, like, you guys see the opportunities that some of the other people get in the industry. And you know what? Honestly, this conversation does not even relate to me. I'm not the only Black YouTuber. I'm not the only dark-skinned Black YouTuber. So this is a conversation not just for me, but other creators on the platform who really aren't getting from this website the same energy that we put in. Because a lot of us, let's be very honest, make a lot of these apps. You know, like, we're at the forefront of trends. We are the ones that are determining what's popping and what's not. But for the most part, we don't always get to be the highest growing creators on the platform. We don't always get the most opportunities. You don't want to like basically overexert your energy into a platform, into a job, into a career that you feel like is not doing the same and supporting you in the same manner. Very simply put. I hope that makes sense to everybody. I haven't been uploading on YouTube because I've been everywhere else. I not only have been a bit frustrated with the lack of growth opportunity, special privileges that have been afforded to some other YouTubers that, you know, a lot of us as Black creators don't even get access to at all. all. But I've been just like taking a break, not from working. I have been incredibly diligent on posting on TikTok. I post a lot more content on Instagram now, more than I ever have before. And that's because I don't want to put too many of my eggs in one basket. For the most part, I want to diversify. I want to branch out, you know, like YouTube has really been my main platform for so long that I had to kind of sit and look back at like, wait, but like, what if something would happen to your channel? Like I think I would still be okay, but if all of my other platforms aren't all competing with each other, that's not good. It's not good at all. And I feel like as Black women, sometimes we are punished for that. Shout out to everybody who truly has been super, super sweet about the lack of uploads. Like so many people have been just like asking if I'm okay. If you see me not uploading, but you see me posting everywhere else, trust me, I'm okay. I would not be posting if I wasn't. I appreciate everybody looking out for your girl though, because you never know. Girl, social footprint is everything. The moment somebody goes off the radar, the girls start cooking. So I get it. I totally get it. I understand people's concerns, but I really, really have been active everywhere else. YouTube is just like a different beast. Like I don't think people understand how much work, even at the level that I'm at, that it takes to produce, upload, edit content. Like it's just not easy at all. It takes more time. I've been really enjoying a lot of other websites that I can still grow and post content, but they don't take as much dedication and work as they do on YouTube, if that makes sense. I don't feel bad for taking breaks either. I just don't. Creator burnout is real, and I never want anybody that I watch or support to feel bad that they just needed a break and they just needed to take time to themselves. Because when we take time for ourselves and when we do take those breaks, guys, like as creators, we just end up putting out better, higher quality content versus when you're uploading just to upload or to make other people happy, it just doesn't give the same energy. You feel me? That's when people start forcing it. That's when people start just resorting to posting when they're doing sponsored content. And then you can just kind of tell, like you can just pick up on it. Like clearly you don't want to be here, girl. Just get to check. Ain't gonna judge you, but you clearly don't want to be here. I don't want to be that YouTuber. I don't want to be that YouTuber, but also like something that is really important to me, and this brings me to my new Instagram account, Lavishly Jackie. I started Lavishly Jackie because, like I said earlier, conversations about beauty are changing a lot. Most of us are stuck at home and we just don't care. Like simply put, we don't care about new concealers. Like where we gonna wear them to? I care because I still do this. I still have to be camera ready for my job. But for the most part, some people just have kind of put makeup on the back burner, and I totally understand why. People have been asking for the more non-beauty personal side to Jackie. How can I do that and share those things without like compromising my privacy, doing something that I'm not comfortable with? And also, I don't know about you guys can let me know in the comments. I've been finding a lot of new hobbies being at home during the Q word, right? I've been developing more non-YouTube work-related hobbies, which is something I desperately needed. So I was like, why don't I just start documenting and sharing what those things are? And so I started the Lavishly Jackie Instagram page because I wanted to show not only the more domesticated side to the Jackiana brand, but the non-beauty side to the Jackiana brand, and also the luxury side to the Jackiana brand, because we don't often get to see Black women at the forefront of conversations about self-care or luxury. You know, we're always taught that when you're successful, you put your head down and you shut up. You don't tell anybody, you keep that to yourself. If you even mention it, you're bragging. Some people do brag, and you know, if they want to brag, fine. That's on them. I just probably wouldn't follow them. This is a different side to me that people don't always get to see, because I'm literally taught that I'm supposed to be ashamed of it, and I shouldn't have to be. I started YouTube in a completely different time. I lived a completely different life at a completely different income. That Jackie is the Jackie that couldn't afford anything. I was going through it. I don't come from like a family of money or privilege at all. Those of you guys that have been following me long enough know. I guess I've been having a hard time somewhat transitioning from the Jackie you all knew when I started my channel versus the Jackie that I am now. Lavishly Jackie is kind of a way to be like, okay, this is the Jackie I am now, and I want to celebrate that, but I want to make it fun and I want to make it approachable. I don't want it to be chauvinistic. I don't want it to be braggy. I don't want it to be arrogant. I just want it to be like, hey, this is me living my life. Maybe this is aspirational for some. If it's not, that's okay too. Those types of things are not necessarily what people want to see on my main channel. So I figured, well, let me just separate the two. And you know, there's a lot of crossover because I'm still bougie here and you all know that. And I like nice things here. I do home decor. I talk about organization. I talk a ton about fragrance. So if you're a fragrance lover like I am, you should definitely check out Lavishly Jackie. And all of the same content that lives on the Lavishly Jackie Instagram also gets posted to my TikTok. And hopefully, I doubt it'll happen, but hopefully by the time this video goes live, I'll be at 700K. I'm about to be at 700K, y'all. Y'all better get on this bandwagon right now. I'm growing on my TikTok and people are living for the content. They feel like it's a whole different Jackie, but like the same, but different. You feel me? That's it. That's the reason why I haven't been uploading. I'm just tired. In the midst of all that, you guys know I also started Forever Mood last year, which is a lifestyle brand that sells candles and other self-care related lifestyle category products. So that occupies a lot of my time too. I'm just asking that in the midst of me constantly posting content on Instagram, constantly posting content on TikTok and Twitter, then running a business, like I still film the content. Some of it I edit. I have Miles J editing my YouTube video. Shout out to Miles. But y'all, I'm just a busy person. I just ask that sometimes when you see me slacking in one area, don't be mean about it. I don't want to have to feel guilty for taking breaks when I see fit because like I'm 33, girl. Like I'm gonna be 34 this year. And to put it nicely, like I have a life. I appreciate the fact that people miss my content. I really do. Just like try to go easy on your girl. Like I do genuinely appreciate the people who made coming back to this platform so much more enjoyable. If it becomes to the point where people treat me like, well, you need to do this review next week because I got stuff to buy, like that's not fun for me. You just want to buy something. You don't actually want to spend time with me, hang out with your girl, get personality. You feel me? Like this is still supposed to be a community. I mean, I hope for some of y'all, it's still for me. And I hope y'all don't mind. I didn't really talk through everything because I've already done a look that looks exactly like this. I'm using my Biba palette, by the way, from Natasha Denona. And for complexion, I'm using Mented. Now that we've gotten the professional stuff out the way, let's talk a little bit about personal stuff. I've definitely felt like my friendships have been tested, and this was one of the examples of why, and I want you guys to tell me, has this ever happened to you? I have a friend who is very good at throwing stones and then hiding their hands. And so we would occasionally try to make plans to see each other like once a month, once every 2 months. And if you're grown, like over 30 grown, you know that's pretty good for friends. Because you just don't, especially when you get married, you have kids, you have a life, you have family, you have a whole career in the middle of teen. Girl, like it's not easy. And so this was someone that I thought I was really close to, but I noticed that they started curving the hell out of me for months. I didn't think anything of it at first, but then it happened like 4 times. And it was never an outright, I need to talk to you first. It was never any of that. It was always I'm just so busy this week. I'm just so busy. I'm just so busy. I'm just so busy. I'm just so busy. We're all busy. Everybody on the planet is busy. We're all trying to survive. When you're telling someone that you're busy all the time like that, what you're basically saying is, I'm not trying to see you, period. I would respect the person so much more if they would just come right out and say it. Like I would just have so much more respect. That person was kind of stringing me along, didn't think anything of it. I just kind of was like, all right, well, when this person wants to see me, they'll make the effort. Very simply put. I'm not gonna make any assumptions. And I asked a mutual friend, did so-and-so, like, are they like, because it honestly, because I tend to be really naive when it comes to stuff like this, it took me probably like 5 months for me to be like, did I do something to them? Because I'm not really sure if I did. Like they keep curving me. There's gotta be a reason for this, right? It was still kind of like up in the air. Like I wasn't sure. I was just kind of like, it can't be that, right? It can't be, they can't be mad at me because I literally had not seen them or spoken to them for months. The mutual friend in question was like, not that I know of. I haven't talked to them. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe that person really is busy. Like I get it. I'm not gonna hold it against you. And I'm busy too. This is probably one of the most hurtful things that I went through last year. This person had asked me to be a bridesmaid in their wedding. Mind you, I had been chasing this person out of nowhere, completely unprovoked, no follow-up, no context, no previous discussion, nothing. I get a text voice note that said, hey, I just wanted you to hear it from me that I've already chosen my bridesmaids. I wanted it to be the women who have been there for me the most during this time, but you're more than welcome to still attend the wedding. Huh? What? I was like, Okay, thanks. That was weird. I think before I speak. But one thing I am is very direct. If I say something, it's not coded, it's what I mean. I didn't respond to the text. My first immediate thought was, not only is this hurtful, but this person sent this to me because they wanted to see how I reacted. But it very much gave that whole like feminine, nice, nasty energy. Like that's what it gave. I didn't respond. I did not say anything to the person because the person texted me quite late. I broke down. I was pretty upset. It was very hurtful and it felt deliberately hurtful. As hurtful as it was to be uninvited as a bridesmaid, what's more important to me is that's your big day, that's your event. I'm gonna support you no matter what. But it was the manner in which that was communicated to me, which felt deliberately hurtful. I don't think I've ever done anything to this friend to have deserved anything like that. I thought our friendship was bigger than that. I reached out to my mutual friend. I did tell them like I got a weird feeling from them and they were like, I don't think anything's wrong. So then I played the voice note for them and they were like, whoa. Thankfully, I do have people in my life that care enough about me. Vouch for your girl. Call that person, confronting them on some like, are you good? Like, why would you do this? They had a long conversation. I wasn't present. I think I went to Target. This person had described to them some things that happened that, in my opinion, and from my perspective, instead of being like, I'm upset at Jackie Ina because she slapped me. That's something that's blatant. That's something that's obviously wildly disrespectful. I'm laughing because I would never slap anybody. Instead, they went on to describe a couple events that were kind of like, I can see why you'd probably feel away, but that could have been cleared up with a conversation. Do you get what I mean? Like that was really just a misunderstanding, or that might have been something that wasn't what it was, right? And mind you, the essence of why this person said that I hurt them is because they felt like I wasn't really showing them support. Mind you, I literally been contacting this person for months and I guess they didn't think that was enough. It does not make sense. And the reason why I'm talking to y'all about this and not the person in question, because this triggered the hell out of me in that all throughout stages of my life, I would say every decade, I get a friend who doesn't actually like me, but wants to get really close to me because they want access to things, but they won't admit it. And then seemingly out of nowhere, I guess they can't keep up the facade anymore. I have good quality friends, so I know how to be a good friend, but I feel like I end up finding these people who secretly compete with me or secretly don't like me. So then when they have any inkling of a reason to end the friendship, they'll find it and they'll take that and run with it. But it's like, but I never did anything. None of the situation adds up, because if you genuinely felt like somebody wasn't supporting you, why would you ignore them when they were actively trying to go out of their way to spend time with you? Like I was actively trying to spend time with this person. Personally, I feel like the times that I've tried to give those types of friends the benefit of the doubt, it's never worked. I had a friend right around the time when I lived in Kuwait would just say things that weren't reflective of a friend. But by that time, you're so invested, you're like, well, she's still my friend. Like she says things that I don't necessarily agree with, but come to find out, I'm in a group chat with her and her mutual friend, and her mutual friend don't know that I'm in the group. This is a completely different friend, by the way. I'm just using this as an example. It all relates. I promise you it all relates. Her friend is making fun of me because I am celibate. And in my head, I'm thinking, I've never told you, mutual friend, that I'm celibate. My close friend knows that I'm celibate, but you don't. So how did you know that? I genuinely don't know what her problem was. She couldn't come out and say it. When I saw that taking place in the group chat, of course I stopped talking to her, but she never bothered to apologize. She never explained anything, never spoke to this person again. And we were close. I probably have her be a bridesmaid in my wedding. I thought I was that close to her. Then I'm left wondering like, wait, what happened to our friendship? Or if they do something really crappy, I end up trying to be the person trying to fix it. That right there is not my portion anymore. And so with this particular friend, I feel like because you had the problem and you didn't have the balls to say it, I'm not gonna confront you. I know for a fact, my gut feeling tells me that I got that voice note telling me you're no longer in my wedding because that person wanted me to react and they wanted to then have that as the hard evidence to justify not being friends with me because they had nothing else. Because I'm just thinking like, why else would they? None of it makes sense. You shouldn't be nice, nasty to your closest friends. You owe your friends so much more authenticity than that. And when you genuinely care about someone, you're gonna tell them what's wrong because you're gonna want them to correct the behavior. You're gonna wanna move on and you're gonna want them to not keep doing that. I found it incredibly hurtful that that person never gave me that opportunity to even correct the behavior. Just through mutual friends and conversations, this person has not really said anything. You know how like when you can just tell someone don't really actually feel a way about you, but they feel a way about what other people have said about you? It's kind of like that situation. That's the tea for me. That was probably one of the most hurtful things that happened 2020, and something that I'm still dealing with. What I will say is, now that we're not out and about the way that we used to be, I don't have to worry about like running up on this person because I'm out. That's a good thing. I'm trying to give the girls soft glam. I'm trying to give the girls like makeup that looks cute under a cabana with a wide brim hat. One thing that I definitely want to say, because I know people are probably going to get in the comments and be like, well, why don't you just talk to that person, Mom? Once again, I strongly feel if you have a problem with somebody, you need to initiate that conversation. I've had not great experiences with those types of, like, if I confront the person who has the problem, it doesn't usually end up going very well for me. It ends up being very blamey. It's almost like sometimes I feel people use that to their advantage when I confront them, even if it's in a nice way. It's always in a like, hey girl, like, notice you unfollow me on Twitter, like, are we good? It ends up like not. So you know what? I just said, let me mind my business. Let me mind my business. And when they feel comfortable and when they feel compelled to, they'll come to me. That's that. Orange blush. And also I want to say shout out to the people who have been this year more than ever. I haven't changed anything, but some people have really been really harsh about the way that I dress and the way that I really celebrate and accept my body. And I guess some people feel away, some people that even actually personally know me. That's just something you're gonna have to take to Christ, okay? That has nothing to do with me and everything to do with how you feel about yourself. But you know what? I'm gonna even go as far as to say I don't blame you, because I, as a Christian woman, used to judge other women too for that kind of stuff. I don't know, I almost want to call myself like a retired pick-me, because I really was. Like, I really had a lot of don't dress that way. I used to be very judgmental. I used to have a lot of internalized misogyny when I was younger. I used to be somewhat of a prude. And I find that right now I'm more balanced. Like, obviously you'll never see me wearing certain things that I'm not comfortable with. I feel like there is a balance. And as a young woman of a particular age group, I'm allowed to celebrate that and not be vilified. It's okay. But apparently it's not okay for some people. But I'm telling y'all right now, it's not changing. If any of you guys have ever gone through something similar, don't ever let anybody guilt you for doing something that feels authentic to you. However, if it doesn't feel authentic and your friends are literally trying to pull you in because maybe they feel concerned, that's a different story. But I've never been one to shy away from a bikini or a little cleavage. I like my butt. A bodycon may be donned here and there, even at home, because I like it, because I look good. I haven't really done like a storytime-esque video on this channel, I think, in a while. I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that I had been dealing with last year. And sometimes when you just talk about it, you automatically feel better. Do you feel me? Let me come back after I put on my lashes. These are Fluff from Whiplash, Nigerian brand, by the way. One of my favorites. All right, y'all, so what lip y'all think I'm gonna wear today? Nude. I'm gonna take Stunna lip paint from Fenty. I really like Unveil as a lip liner. Liquid lipsticks are just the most ideal. I'm gonna put a little bit of Clive lip butter from Lime Crime, like in the center, to kind of reinforce the dark brown. And then in the middle, I'm gonna put Unbutton from Fenty. But this is kind of saying something too though, hold on. Ooh, oh my God. I don't know why I thought Clive was gonna do what I needed it to do, and she delivered. She delivered. It made the gradient so much prettier. Have y'all had any major changes in your friend groups during quarantine, your relationship during quarantine? Everything is surprisingly, I mean, I don't know why I said surprisingly. I feel like what's been going on the past year will really either make or break how close you are to the people around you. My fiance and I are doing really well. I mean, we still annoy each other. That's normal. But I've just been really enjoying having a business with him, building a brand with him. Like, honestly, it's just been incredible. Oh, I cannot wait to tear up these cinnamon roll pancakes. All right, y'all, well, that's it for today's video. First of all, I really enjoyed hanging out, catching up, having a little girl chat, because that's exactly what this ended up being. I'm back on YouTube, but I never really left. I do have uploads like in the bank, ready to just hit upload. But in the meantime, I do have a lot of other content that I've been building for 12 years. Just saying. It was great to do this upload. I didn't want to upload anything else until I put this out so that you guys could see like, hey, I'm here. Let's address the obvious. Yeah, I hope to see you guys on the next video. And I'm just gonna link it right here because you know the drill. You don't gotta go very far. The uploads are always within close proximity. So why don't you click it? Bye, guys.